Yeah, it's really nice to have a route mapped out, and you're playing the changes. But it's nice that in this case, I like descending lines or ascending lines, or sometimes I like to stay in one position. But again, the exercise would be just to go. Again. And then you're off into that B section there. But, just jam on that quite a bit, and then you can figure out a different route, too. So you have that, I think, right? Do you want to review that one more time? Jam on that for a second?
Sure.
And I'll just yell it out as I play it here, just in case that you're... so we have C major 7, we have E minor. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, C major, you got E minor. E flat major penta. D major penta. D flat major penta. And C major penta. Let's do that again, just for practice. E minor penta. Sorry, Nate. For some reason I keep going to that D/C. 1, 2, 3, E minor penta, 2 bars. E flat major penta, 2 bars. And then this part's tricky. D flat, and C. One more time. E minor. E flat major. D flat, C. And then we're off into the B section, of course, there. Let's do another route. Is that cool?
Yeah, I like that one. It's easy because it's chromatic and it's easy to make it sound good. Those playing pentatonics of the chord. I like the voice leading.
Yeah, so I like that one a lot too. But the other thing that you can do on that first chord is to treat it as Lydian mode. That's really kind of a nice thing to do, very Miles Davis. So you can play B minor penta, and then go to C minor penta, and then back to B minor, B flat minor, and then back to B minor. So this is a little bit more modern sounding. A lot of B minor penta so we play B minor penta on the C major 7 chord. And that gives you that sharp 11. That Lydian flavor. And then on the C minor 7, C minor, of course. That's pretty standard. And then on the D/C, B minor penta, which is the same, of course, as D major. And then on that D flat, just move it down a half step, B flat minor. And then on this resolve, the C major 7, we're treating it like Lydian again, this sound. And that's B minor. So, B minor, C minor, B minor, B flat minor, B minor. Again, 3, 4, B minor, C minor, B minor, B flat minor penta, and back to B minor. See, it kind of gives that Lydian flavor. Let's do that again. B minor, C minor, B minor, B flat minor, B minor. One more time. C minor, B minor, B flat minor penta, and back to B minor. And then, of course, we can do the B section. What do you think about that one? Do you like that one?
I don't hear the Lydian very well.
Duh, I know.
If we played E minor over that, Now I hear that, but when you play B minor 7 or B minor pentatonic over C, that sounds weird to me. I don't quite hear it.
Well, I have to try to do that in the chord too. I have to bring out that Lydian by having that major 7 sharp 11 like this. Play that chord with me, C major 7 sharp 11. Beautiful. And then the next chord, go to C minor 11. Just having some fun with some chords. And then D slash C. D flat slash C. And then back to C major 7 sharp 11 or flat 5 if you want to call it that. I call it sharp 11 because it's Lydian. And that's what I would do. That's what I want to, if you want that more modern flavor. Again, you can hear it. That's why I said play it with the chords so that you can really hear what you're achieving when you're soloing. Pretty neat. I like it.
I see it. When you play that form of the chord, when you play the chord, then I can hear it.
Yeah. Oh. But it's kind of neat that there's so much B minor. You wouldn't expect to be playing so much B minor penta. But of course you could just go to A minor. But it's kind of neat again to have that mapped out, those simple pentatonic riffs and ideas. Whatever your favorite pentas, You might rock out and play some bluesy rock. It's going to sound a little bit more like Mike Stern, style, or some fusion-y guys. Oh, Scott Henderson, he's like the master at that, like really rockin' pentas. Anyways, it's pretty fun to get into that style. But yeah, I prefer E minor penta because I want that C major 9 color. And then that is C minor 11 or C minor 9. Again, there's some other cool things that we can explore with that too. I think here this ties in to the Wes Montgomery approach. I don't know if you recall this, but Wes Montgomery loved to play a minor pentatonic or a minor 7 arpeggio a fifth above the minor chord. So for C minor 7, you would play G minor penta or G minor 7 arpeggio, but in this case, a pentatonic just adds one note. So G minor is this. That's very Wes Montgomery.
Play a minor 7 arpeggio?
A minor pentatonic or minor 7 arpeggio. Remember, a minor pentatonic scale contains that minor 7 arpeggio, but it also adds a 4th degree, which in this case is C. So that's why you can play G minor penta or G minor 7. But that's on the C minor chord. And in this case, I'm going to treat it like a C minor 11. Or maybe C minor 9. And here's that beautiful G minor 11. Sorry, G minor penta. Let's talk about that for a second. You guys start on G, that's a 5th. B flat, the flat 7 of C. C is the root. D is the 9. F is the 11. So that's why it's so colorful. That's G minor 7, but you got this C minor. Again, very favorite concept of Wes. We did that on 4 on 6. You would have G minor, but he was doing D minor pentatonic and stuff. So again, now with that in mind, that opens up a whole nother can of worms, because now you have another route you can go, right? Do you see that? So now you might say, oh, I want to start on G major pentatonic. Don't forget, G major pentatonic is equivalent to E minor pentatonic, which is what we would play on the C major 7 chord. So instead of thinking off the E, we got G major. Now on the C minor 7, G minor. Okay, pretty cool, right? So then we can go from there. G major penta.
You just pentatonic on the 7th chord.
And then G minor penta. And that's on the C minor 7 chord, G minor penta. And then on the D slash C, we're keeping it pretty standard there and just doing D penta, D flat major to C major. So you get D major here, but it's nice to just be able to really get all these different penta shapes.
I need to make it fast.
Pentatonics are so versatile.
We were doing a few different things. I'm trying to remember them all, so I'm writing them down.
Yeah, on the C major one, this might seem obvious, but C major penta, A minor penta. I like to name them both by the major and its relative minor. Because on the guitar, we think differently on the different roots, you know. So we play different licks even, depending on the root. So C major, A minor. G major, E minor penta. And then if you are adventurous and you want that Lydian flavor, D major and B minor penta. This is all on that first chord of C major 7 on the chart. You have 3 of those pentas that you have to choose from. Again, that's just to bring out those colors that you want to choose. Each one has a different, slightly different flavor on that major chord. So again, you want me to say that again, or you got it?
No, I did not get it. Hold on one second. I'm trying to review all the things we just did. So the very first thing we did was we were doing like E minor penta to E flat major penta to D penta, and then D flat penta, and then C penta, right? That was the first one we did.
Yes, correct, yeah.
Then the next one we did was experimenting with the sharp 11, doing Lydian, and we did B minor penta up to C minor penta.
And then back to B minor, B flat, and A minor.
B minor penta. And then B flat. minor penta, and then back to B minor penta. And then the most recent thing that you were just talking about was doing G
major penta against the C. G major pentatonic against the C major gives you it's the same as E minor 7, so it gives you that major 9 color.
Right. And then what about over the C? You were saying to play G minor penta over the C.
That's correct, yeah. On the C minor 7 chord, we're treating it like C minor 11, and in that case, we're starting on the 5th degree, G, and we're playing G minor penta. But when you do that, you also can realize that G minor penta is equivalent to B flat major penta. See, so that's pretty cool right now that you get to think B flat major penta. So I think I want to say this. So if you're to think modally on a C minor 7 chord, you would probably play B flat major scale. You would treat that minor 7 chord as if it's Dorian. That's the default jazz scale, for most people. You have C minor 7, you have Dorian. And yeah, so C Dorian is B flat major. So again, that's a good way to think about it, is relative to the mode and the key B flat major, and B flat major penta is equivalent to G minor penta. So that's a good way to think about it. It gives you those extended colors is what I'm saying. The 9, the 11, very colorful.
And that's, you're talking about just the first 4 measures, and then is there a variant to go along with that for the next 4 measures, and then you go play from G minor penta, then you would play B minor penta and B flat minor penta? How would you navigate that in this view of the world?
Then I went to D major penta, D flat major penta, C major penta.
Okay.
I just kind of went down to the 6-string root there. Like... But however, we also discussed the idea of doing this... The modified major the modified pentatonic. You remember like this? That'd be like a D9. Let's not talk about that. That was what we did on After You've Gone. We did all those cool pentatonic where we modified the pentatonics. We took a minor pentatonic and then we flatted the 5th. But let's not talk about that. I think we should keep it more straightforward, just major or minor pentatonics.
What chord were you playing that? What chord were you playing that over?
D/C.
D7 over C. And then you were playing, was that F sharp?
Yeah, you want to do it? Let's do it. That was F sharp minor pentatonic with a flat 5. So that was a modified pentatonic. So here's F sharp minor penta, flat the 5th. And that would go against this chord. Oh yeah, take it up 2 octaves. So here's F sharp minor here. Or sorry. But here you want to flat the 5th. Beautiful, yeah, we did that with After You've Gone. I love that stuff. That's a pretty hip sound. And again, you would play it on an F sharp minor 7 flat 5 chord. So again,
it's basically the minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio, but you're adding the 4.
Exactly, yeah. Exactly, yeah. You could definitely think of it that way.
Yeah, that's a cool thing.
I love that because you get this nice... I don't know. It's a neat flavor. And don't forget, we used it. That's also on A minor 6. A minor 6 equals F sharp minor 7 flat 5. just got to kind of train your fingers to, do these arpeggios. Like when you hit a chord, A minor, you just go straight to this. But I'm actually hitting the F sharp half diminished chord. But in my head, I know F sharp half dim equals A minor 6.
Cool.
But in context again, if when we go back to on Green Dolphin Street, we have 2 bars on G major penta. 2 bars on G minor penta. 1 bar on this F sharp minor 7 flat 5 penta. And then here we might just want to do something pretty straightforward, like on this D flat slash C. I was going to say D. I better think about this before I say it to make sure I'm right, because I don't know if I've done this. No, I don't know if I like that now. I'm dishing it. I was going to say F minor penta.
But you can just go down chromatically, right? Because that just goes down chromatically. F sharp or F minor 7 flat 5 arpeggio, basically. F minor 7 flat 5 penta.
I like that. I kind of like that idea, but really, if you really think about what a D flat slash C chord is, it's a D flat major 7 chord. I think it's better to think of it that way. The previous chord, D slash C, equals D7 or D9, right? That's how we're treating at D11. But in this case, D flat slash C, D flat slash C is this. D flat major 7. So I would play F minor penta. And then resolve it to E minor penta. I think that's the best option. G major penta. 2 bars. G minor penta. 2 bars. 1 bar. F sharp minor 7 flat 5 penta. F minor penta. E minor penta. That's beautiful. Because you can hear it with the harmony. It really extends the harmony. I'll say it with the chords. G major penta. G minor penta. F sharp minor 7 flat 5 penta. F minor 7 penta. E minor 7 penta for the resolve chord. Let's give that a try. 1, 2, 3, G major. These are all pentas. G minor. F sharp half diminish. F minor, it goes by fast. E minor. Let's try that again. G major penta, which is also E minor, of course. G minor. F sharp half dim. F minor. E minor. That's the tricky part. One more time. You gotta really just explore this. G minor. F sharp half dim. F minor penta. E minor penta. I know, you can do this for hours. It's so much fun. Again, G major. G minor. F sharp half dim. F minor. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I mean, I like that. Do you like that sound of that? And on the F sharp half dim, if you don't want to do the penta, you could just do the arpeggio, because you only have 1 bar. Maybe do this. Go up minor 7 flat 5. Go down F minor 7 and then back up E minor penta. got a nice little, just arpeggio sounds so cool. F sharp half dim. F minor 7, or sorry, F minor yes, F, these are arpeggios. F minor 7, E minor, penta. I say the penta because you have 2 bars on it. You can, let's kind of goof around a little longer. 3, 4. I'm just doing the part where it switches quickly. Just that part. Again, F sharp, half dim, F minor 7, penta. I don't know what I'm saying. E minor, penta. F sharp minor 7, flat 5, F minor 7, E minor 7, or E minor penta. Let's try the whole sequence. G major, G minor. Here we go. F sharp minor 7, flat 5, F minor, E minor. Yeah, I like that a lot. One more time. And then we're off into the B section, of course. But that's pretty fun to explore the A section as thoroughly as we did with both pentatonics and arpeggios, Of course, the other concept is the modal approach, which I don't know if you do want to review that.
Yeah, let's review
that. Well, the modal approach is, I think we've kind of canceled out the Lydian color for the first chord. Miles Davis really liked that. This, that sharp 4, but let's just not do that for now. We'll just keep it a little bit more straightforward, but always know that the Lydian mode is an option on a major 7 chord, but keeping it a little bit more standard Ionian, C Ionian specifically, and then C Dorian, and then C Lydian, and then C Phrygian, and then C Ionian. That's a good modal workout just there. We have 2 bars on C Ionian. Dorian, 2 bars. Lydian. Phrygian. Ionian. And a really good goal is to be able to keep your line going continuously without having to go back to the bottom or to the top. Like seriously, try to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and Dorian, Lydian, and 2 and 3 and Phrygian, Ionian. Again. Dorian, Lydian, Phrygian, Ionian. Again, 1, 2, 3, and Dorian. Keep your line going. Lydian, this is all off the root of C as a pedal. C Phrygian, C Ionian. It's a great modal study. Again, C Ionian. Dorian. Here we go. Lydian, Phrygian, Ionian. And top, C Ionian. Keep your line going if you can. C Dorian, it's a good study to do that. Lydian, it's all off the root C. Phrygian, Ionian. One more time. Ionian, Dorian. that's the modal approach. I mean, from there you can even get, you could like say, oh, well, C Ionian is equivalent to E Phrygian. You know what I mean? You can start to go, oh, can I do this? Stay on the E note up here, then go to, so you might start on E Phrygian for the C Ionian, because it's all part of the family there. I'm just starting in this on the E note here, and then on the C Dorian, E flat, Lydian. D Lydian. So now I'm kind of again following that progression again. I said D Lydian. D Mixolydian. D flat Lydian. Think about this for a second. You know how I said C Phrygian for the D flat / C? D, that would be the third mode. C Phrygian is the third mode, so D flat would be Lydian. Again, this is just having fun with modes, and then C Ionian. E Phryg. 2 bars. E flat Lydian. D Mixo. D flat Lydian. And then C Ionian. E Phryg. E flat Lydian. You can think of it that way again. D, and that's a lot. Actually, thinking about it that way, that's a lot more convoluted because you now have to really relate it back to what key you're in. But if I think it's really worth it's worth the time, because if you really want to open up the whole fretboard instead of only staying in that same position all the time, it's nice to be able to work it out so that you can stay on one area. Sometimes you can stay on one note, but I chose E there. But the second chord on the C minor, you have to go to E flat. So that's why I said E flat Lydian there. E flat Lydian is the same as C Dorian, B flat major, right? So that's how that relates. I'm relating it so that you can run your Lydian scale. And then when we got to the D / C, that's D Mixolydian.
Why is it? Oh, good, because it's a 4 chord.
Yeah, exactly. E flat is the 4 of B flat, and then C Dorian is in the key. So that's the thing. You always want to relate it back to what key, what's the parent key, the major key is what I'm thinking. C major is C major. That was easy. C minor is B flat major, and that's where you can have 7 modes of B flat major. And really, these modes are just kind of starting points for us on the guitar. And then the next one was tricky. D7, that's key of G. That's why I said D Mixolydian. I said D7, but the chord on the chart says D / C. But really, that's a D7 chord, right? So that's why you can just play D Mixolydian mode. Of course, we chose C Lydian before, which really brings out that flavor since the bass is on C. Okay, and then this one here, D flat / C, we're treating that as C Phrygian. C Phrygian is the third mode of A flat major. So now you can think of what are all the modes of A flat major. And if you have them all written down, that would be ideal. That way you can really start to navigate and connect them in different ways. Again, the A section for the song is a amazing study to really connect and go through 4 different keys, and really work your modes. I think the easiest one is just staying on C. C Ionian, C Dorian, C Lydian, C Phrygian, C Ionian. Or C penta if you want to get bluesy. And that's again because you can stay on the same root of C the whole way through, just like the bass does. That's what the bass does. Anyways, that would be the next level if you really want to master modes. If you really want to master modes, you have to write out all 4 of those different keys and then try to connect them so you can basically stay in a position and then just be able to switch at the right time. To follow the changes. It's a good thing. But the pentatonics is definitely the easier thing to do, the trick. And there's no. I don't feel bad about doing pentatonics. It's like that's
I
such
like that modal approach that you have of just kind of staying in C and changing the tonality of because you can keep as a guitar player you can stay in one position and just switch the mode to match the chords.
Yeah,
I like that.
Man, that's the beauty of the song. I mean, really, that A section, that's what it's all about, is that beautiful staying on one note, that pedal tone, and then changing colors or modes, changing the modes. And that's what I love about that A section the most. And then the B section, 2-5-1, I don't know, we've already talked about this plenty. 2-5-1. 2-5-1, and then we're back to your A section. So that's where go back to that worksheet I gave you on Satin Doll or whatever we did. Just some, I don't know if we did Satin Doll actually. Maybe we did that on 4-on-6. But just go back to some 2-5-1 stuff. But even then, not besides like those licks, you can do pentatonics. You can do these. You and I've been working a lot on just this stuff. The arpeggio studies, D minor, I don't know if you want to go that, but D minor 7, D diminished 7, C major 7, or E minor 7. You want to write this down? I don't know.
I think I'm picking up what you're saying. I mean, basically you're talking about like reviewing 2-5s and those patterns that you
exactly. Good. So you have those all under your fingertips and your ears. You want to be able to hear it. Yeah.
How's that one?
Exactly. Let's see. F minor 7. But after that E flat major 7, then go to G7 or D minor 6 or D diminished 7 to pull us back to the C. Do 1 bar of E flat and then kick in a diminished and then back to the top. It's that little turnaround sequence that's really fancy there, just to catch that G7 altered chord or flat 9 or something. Right here.
Where is that?
That should have been D diminished. Or F diminished. And then, so right here. And then now you're back to the E minor penta. Or E, again, if you're really just working arpeggios, E minor 7 arpeggio against the C major. So here's that B section here. We have D minor, D diminished, C major 7. Notice I did C major 7, C major 6, our old Mr. Sandman trick. Just a nice sound to go like this. 7, 6. So major 7, 6. I call that Mr. Sandman.
What were the fingering though? I got this part.
Oh.
I got that. Okay.
It's kind of a big stretch.
It is a big stretch.
Try it like this then. The only reason why I like the 6 here is because, check it out, here's a great exercise. Major 7, dominant 7, 6. See, I'm just going da da da.
This far down, it's easier to do it like this.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, Nate, for sure. That's a beautiful fingering. I just have trained myself to do these little exercises, so.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like that. Sitting around there. So basically, going through that whole first ending with arpeggios would be.
And then result, yeah, E minor. Don't stop there, E minor. Keep it going as an exercise. Oh, not yet, 2 bars, E minor.
Oh. And I'm lost now on D. What would I play on D?
Plain old D7. Plain old D dominant 7. D flat major 7. C major 7. C sharp dim. Yeah, then, you know, if you're doing that A section, then right into the D minor 7. That was beautiful. That was lovely. So that, yeah, that's just like a great exercise. And then another optional route, instead of D7, do that F sharp half diminish. And then on the D flat / C, F minor 7. And then on the C major 7, E minor 7 penta. Or, sorry, E minor 7. You know, I always say this. I often say minor 7 penta. To me, they're the same thing. When I'm improvising, I'm not necessarily... I know if I'm playing a minor 7 arpeggio, I know I could add that 4th degree in and it's not going to disagree with anything. So I liberally mix and match.